Hey guys, so I wanted to share with you one of my techniques for cooking in bulk when doing the 21-Day Fix Extreme Countdown to Competition plan. So what I've done with my husband is prepare our food for the next 2 days. And the first 2 days of this plan is the Countdown to Competition plan, where we have a high quantity of protein, a high quantity of veggies, and some healthy fats mixed in. So the easiest way to prepare for something like that is to cook in bulk. Well, one of the things that's hard in the beginning when you first start out, and we've done a few rounds so we kind of know how much to cook by now, is to figure out the equivalence of some of those foods. So I'm going to share my tips with all of you. So starting with chicken breast. So chicken breast in the tenderloin format, there's about 8 tenderloins in this pack. It's about a pound of chicken, is the equivalent of 2.5 to 3 red containers. Now that all depends on size, so it's about 3 of the tenderloins or 4.5 ounces worth of cooked chicken tenderloins. So again, that's 2.5 to 3 red, depending on how many you're putting in, the size of the tenderloin. So one pack is going to be approximately 3 reds. Now, the next one we have is turkey. So we ground up big batches of turkey with diced peppers, and it's super good. So this is about 1.25 pounds of ground turkey, and this is the equivalent of 5 reds. So 5 reds for one package, or about 1.25 pounds of turkey, ground turkey. All right, so I mentioned diced peppers. 1 pepper, again, depending on the size, is the equivalent of 1 green. Cucumbers, another one for the Countdown to Competition plan for a veggie, again, depending on size. 1 cucumber is about 2 green. Now, when we get our vegetables, sometimes I like to get them frozen if they're a good brand or ones that we like, so that we can purchase everything in bulk and then also make it as we need. So broccoli, another staple veggie in the Countdown to Competition plan, a 16-ounce bag of frozen broccoli is the equivalent of 4 green. Another one that I either get frozen or fresh is the green beans. So this is a 10-ounce bag of green beans, which is the equivalent of 3 green. I've also found that it's about 20 green beans, so is 1 green. But the bag of 10 ounces, which is about 60 green beans, is going to be 3 greens. And then the other favorite that I have is sweet potatoes. So if you have a store that has them already pre-cubed, which we do, it's fantastic. It's a 32-ounce bag of pre-made or pre-cubed diced sweet potatoes. This is the equivalent, when cooked, of 6 yellow containers. So one 32-ounce bag of sweet potatoes is 6 yellows. All right, so now one of the trickiest pieces when it comes to equivalence on the Countdown to Competition plan is eggs. I always get this question. It's how many eggs can 1 red be? So I'm going to make it as simple as possible. So when it comes to hard-boiled eggs, the equivalent to 1 red is going to be 2 eggs. So 2 eggs equals 1 red container. Now when you're dealing with whites, when you just want egg whites, Autumn actually suggests to equal 1 red container. When you take out the yolk, it's about, when it's boiled, 3 eggs. So 3 egg whites is the equivalent of 1 red container. The best way to go about doing that is to dice it up and fit it in your red. And that is about 3, depending on the size of your eggs. Now, when it comes to actual egg whites, when you're using liquid egg whites, it is the equivalent of what's on your container. So this container says that 3/4 cup is the equivalent of 4 eggs. In the plan, it's 8 egg whites. So you're gonna use 1.5 cups of liquid egg white to equal 1 red. Okay, so I think I gave you all of my secret tips to figuring out quantities I'll list them on my website with pictures as well to really help you when you're planning out your meals to know what quantities you can buy in bulk and what you can make in bulk to produce your countdown to competition meals for the week. Thanks guys. If you have any questions, reach out to me. I'm on Facebook, I'm on YouTube. You can find me at fitsimple.com. Thanks. Bye.